Hello and welcome to the Bel-E and Scratch podcast. I'm your host, Bel-E.
And I am your co-host, Scratch.
And today, hopefully, we'll have the microphone set up a little bit better, because I know y'all can hear me.
Ooh, what was that?
You better not break my chair.
No.
What, in the chair? Okay.
Some flotsam and jetsam.
Alrighty. And the other thing is, my legs. My poor legs.
You've only got two of them.
I know, they hurt so bad. Can't bend down to pick up nothing. Can't go down the stairs, can't go up the stairs.
I dropped my pencil. Give me something to write on, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
I don't like picking up stuff off the floor either. You know
What?
Oh, the thing you have to battle in life is gravity.
Well, to each their own, I mean.
That's what ages you.
Gravity?
Gravity.
I thought stress aged you.
Well, stress does age you, but stress is a questionable dynamic where gravity is constant.
Ah, that's fair. Well, no, what had happened is that I'm just doing stuff now, and got introduced to the what you have termed as the stiff-legged deadlift.
Yes, it's a stiff-legged deadlift.
Yeah, you basically put your feet together, lock out your knees, because you're not kneading them. That's not what you're doing.
I mean, don't lock them too hard.
No, not too hard to where you pass out. But
just about a 10% angle.
Yeah, just enough to where you don't bend them as you do the thing.
Yeah.
And it basically helps strengthen your hamstrings, your butt.
Yeah.
Among other things, mostly the hamstrings.
Mostly the hamstrings.
And yeah, I feel every part of my legs. And
it is very common for everyone to have weak hamstrings, especially those of the female. It's very common for everyone to have too much strength in the front part of their legs, and
yeah,
it dominates in the back part, the hamstring.
Yeah, this is why you got to work out your hamstrings, because otherwise you'll have knee problems. Yes,
if you have knee problems, start working on your hamstrings. If you have pain, of course, lose that 100 pounds. You don't that extra 100 pounds. You don't be carrying around.
Nobody needs that.
Yeah, lose that, and then do some hamstring work. Absolutely.
Yeah, there is when I go to dance, there's a chick there who not only does the dance I do, but as well as she also takes ballet. And I told her, I know. I know, right?
I mean, it's beautiful, but
holy it!
Talking about a practitioner that suffers for their art.
Oh yeah, ballet is 150% suffering.
Yes, but I don't know much about it, but I do imagine it would be suffering, would be somewhere in the description.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the tension that they carry, because whenever they get a new pair of slippers, they got to rip the damn thing apart and beat it within an inch of its life. Man, I've seen so many videos of chicks and guys destroying their ballet shoes, just slam them against the floor, taking scissors to the inside of it to just loosen it up, breaking it apart, stitching it back together, just setting fire to it. Just some of the most heinous things you've ever seen done to footwear. Like, if that was a person, you would be in jail type of heinous stuff. But I don't blame them.
Maybe it's some kind of footwear abusing fetish or something. I don't know.
From what I have actually asked this young lass. She's about a teenager, so I call her young lass. I've asked her, like, why the hell do y'all have to destroy your shoes, even though you paid God knows how much for it?
Right.
And I don't remember, this was several months ago, so I don't remember exactly what the answer was. Something about, well, since ballet is so steeped in tradition, there's like one or two accepted shoemakers, and they do the exact same thing for decades, centuries, which is make these stiff-ass shoes, apparently.
Probably centuries.
Oh yeah, centuries. So it's just traditional. So here's the thing, because they're so stiff, like blocks of wood type stiff, they have to destroy them in order to gain the mobility that they need in order to do what they need to do.
Well, I mean, maybe it has to do with, everybody has a different criteria. Obviously, everybody has a different body type. So instead of trying to meet the demands of the full market, they produce a very specific item that allows the purchaser to augment as needed.
Oh, basically, you just have one item and say to your audience, here, you fucking do it.
You figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out. But basically what I told this young lass was, since she does both the type of dance I do as well as ballet, which I don't even know how the heck you combine those, but here she
dangerous.
Is. Yeah, it kind of does, in all honesty. You have a high-impact dance and a low-impact dance.
Yeah.
It probably is going to look awesome when she combines it, but whatever. I basically told her, honey, young lass, work on your hamstrings, for the love of God. If you do nothing else, you do one exercise the rest of your life, if you choose to walk this path of dance, hamstrings, because then you won't have any knee issues.
Because your natural interaction with everything around you, the way you walk, the way you run, the way you move around. If you were going to be a dancer,
yes,
and you had one thing to do,
yes,
it would definitely work on your hamstrings. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I told her. I told her, do squats, do the.
This was all completely unsolicited, correct?
No. She was, her and her mom was talking about it.
Oh, okay.
They were like going to the gym and then, trying to figure out stuff to do.
Oh.
In order to get better at their, dancing.
Yes.
And that's when I went over and I said, hey, molasses. Molasses.
Molasses.
Instead of saying my dude, I just say molasses.
If you don't want to move like molasses.
Yeah, work your hamstrings is what I say to them.
Yeah, that's true. That'll, a lot of people have a lot of, especially women, have a lot of knee problems. A lot of knee problems.
It's
and
kind
it is
of odd how that keeps happening.
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly. Well, you have to understand that sports and dance is I'm not going to say it's unnatural, but it is an
unusual.
It is definitely a recreational activity.
Yes.
In other words, based on how you're designed and how you're structured, it's not necessarily those type like dance forms.
Yeah.
They aren't necessarily designed. The dance form is designed for your body, but your body isn't necessarily designed for the dance form. Just like any type of athletics.
Yeah.
When you take, there is running in football, but the body wasn't specifically designed for football. It was designed for running.
Because yes.
So in a natural interaction, the body deals with the stress of, say, something like dance.
Yeah.
But it isn't specifically, your physical ability gives you the opportunity to experience the dance, but your body isn't necessarily equipped to deal with the stressors related to it. So,
yeah, this is why you got to stretch, go to the gym.
I mean, you're optimizing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, work on the hamstrings.
Yeah. Work on your hamstrings.
Absolutely.
Never skip leg day.
Never skip leg day.
Never.
You're always on your feet, so why would you skip leg day? You know?
Every day is leg day.
Every day is leg day. Absolutely.
All the time. Yeah, don't be that guy with a big chest and shoulders and biceps. You got little itty bitty chicken legs.
A capital T.
Yeah. You finna get cut out of the gene pool, my friend.
Definitely you're decreasing your chances.
Yeah.
Especially now.
How so?
Well, I think there's kind of a societal reset that is taking place. In other words,
yeah,
our society had become affluent to the level of you just had to attract another.
Yeah.
You just had to be almost flashy, bling.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You know how much power bling has today?
I don't know.
Probably a lot less.
Probably a lot less
than it did a year ago.
Fair enough, I suppose.
I would imagine that people would like to involve themselves with, I say that it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be productive. So
I think for something like that,
looking for people today would be more in line with looking for someone productive.
I think in order for that to take place, that has to take a couple more years.
I mean, it's well, I'm saying here's the opening for it.
Fair enough. That's fair. The opening for it, because I don't really. Well, now mind you, we do live in a peculiar area, but in terms of the rest of the country, I would say that that mentality of it's not per se what you are or who you say you are, it's what you bring to the table. That kind of has to catch on a little faster.
Well, I mean, I would definitely recommend it now. I mean, look at all the.
I mean, I know what the opposite of I know what a deficit looks like.
Well,
say I know you do too.
Say, imagine 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And people getting this. Let's just say this surgical augmentation. To take on the facade of something else. Something. Furries.
Okay, that doesn't count. That's a costume.
But, any type of augmentation, okay?
You be careful over there.
I'm working on it. I'm trying. That is essentially cosmetic. Okay.
Yeah.
The outside of us.
Yeah, it's
cosmetic.
Essentially what you're talking about.
Well,
yeah.
that whole entire industry is hit a wall over the last 8 months. Well, why wouldn't it?
To be fair,
you can't even go into a hospital.
Yeah.
Unless you are like if you want an operation for something.
Yes.
At this point in time, it's my understanding there are no elective.
Okay.
Surgeries in my realm, the vernacular that I am empowered with, elective, which means you choose. It's not like the doctor is saying, "Oh, hey, have this or die." Right now, the only thing that is getting action is have a problem, let's fix it or you'll die.
Yeah.
Prior to 12 to 14 months ago.
You mean before the beer flu?
Before the beer flu, you could have some type of procedure from
plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery.
The most invasive stuff that you could ever imagine versus nothing.
Oh.
If it's elective, it's out.
Okay.
And that includes certain simple cosmetic procedures that you can receive near your home, like a Botox party. Yeah. So a lot of that went away.
So what you're saying is because of the beer, definitely because of the beer flu.
Definitely because of the beer flu.
Yeah, definitely stamped that into the healthcare. But previously, for at least a couple of years to a decade, healthcare basically turned into a huge customer service fiasco.
10 years of it at least.
Where I think I remember the example I gave. It kind of came up in my college government classes. I don't remember what the context was, but it was something about say I tell the teacher, say you were having chest pains, you think you're having a heart attack, and you go to the ER and you go see a doctor. Ow, 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 adjusting, ow, ow. Anyway. So you think you're having a heart attack, you get to the hospital.
Yeah.
And the doctor or the nurse or whoever, whatever, they would come in there and they check you out and they'd go, "Oh, you're actually not having a heart attack. You're having some sort of chest congestional issues." I don't know. You make some it up.
I could come up with the top 10 list.
Exactly. Something that causes chest pains but isn't a heart attack.
But isn't going to kill you.
And it's not going to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
But say the teacher went, hypothetically, she went, "No, sir, I am clearly having a heart attack. You will give me heart medication and whatever operation or surgery is for it." That is basically customer service in the healthcare.
Yes.
And I know you've seen that dumb shit before.
I've seen something similar. Unfortunately, if somebody's about to die.
Yeah, like death.
Like they're staring death in the face.
Yes.
They don't negotiate. And that's not funny. Why are you laughing? Because they don't negotiate. That's why we know you I feel like I'm about to die. Well, you might feel like you're about to die.
But you ain't gonna die.
But you ain't gonna die. How do you know? Because you ain't gonna die. Because death has its own look.
Yeah.
It has its own scenario. Yeah. There's a lot of people that think, "Oh, if this ever happens to me, I'm going to say this, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to want." No.
No. Get that thought out of your head, listeners.
I mean, enjoy the fantasy of it while it lasts.
Sure.
But no, it doesn't. When death arrives, buddy, all the rules change.
Everything goes out the window.
Yeah, I recently had to I had a hardcore non-compliant patient in where I work, and this individual, well, she's just ready to die. And then when she started to die, she realized she wasn't as ready to die.
She realized
she wasn't as ready to leave.
She realized
plane.
You mean to tell me she realized she done fucked up?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You can talk about the Reaper all you want to, but when you're facing the Reaper, that's something completely. I mean, it's like the difference between throwing a bullet and shooting it. I mean, and that doesn't really cover it.
No,
because death is death.
Yeah.
I mean, death scares. I have seen in my life maybe 1% of all the death that I have seen, and I've seen tons of it.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen 1% maybe that were
what they looked death in the face and was still stoic about it
and had peace about it.
Yeah, that's fair. That seems about right.
I mean, the number it's staggering, and it's so crazy for me because I remember when I first encountered it, I just wanted to run at the patient and do something, but they had made their specific wishes known and legal, and their family was involved in it. Their family was on board with it. There was
so they got all their ducks in a row.
They had all their ducks in a row, and I literally remember it was so crazy for me because I was just programmed to, fight death and, do everything I can within my ability to save a life. And then when this lady, this great grandmother started to go south, she went over the edge and she started to die. Her 3 daughters were in the room. She had 3, I don't know how many children she had, but 3 of them were daughters, and they were in the room. And all 3 stood up at the same time, looked at me, and said, "Get away from her." because they could see the intention in my face, and I was still a new nurse. I'd been an RN for less than probably a year and a half to 2 years so far. I worked in the field before I got out of nursing school, but yeah, all three of them stood up at the same time, looked at me, and said, "Get away from her." Damn. And I mean, not in a negative way. It was
more like it's okay.
It's the spirit of it was absolutely it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is our decision, and I just remember backing away from the patient and closing the curtain. And that was, honestly and truly, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because, like I said, I hate death, and I just wanted to stop it. But that was the first patient that had complete. Normally when that type of thing happens, the room erupts. Okay, the patient starts to die. The family's at bedside. They've already said, well, Nana or Papa or whatever. They've already had their. They'd signed the DNR and all that other stuff. Do not resuscitate and all that stuff. But then when death arrives.
Then all of a sudden it's like
somebody starts questioning whether they made the right decision. Mm-hmm. And that uneasiness is contagious to the rest of the family, and then it just erupts into something ugly. And I wasn't, I'm not trained to prey on that type of situation. I want people to make the choice that is the right choice.
Yeah.
And
the right choice for them.
For them.
Yeah, for them.
Oh, definitely not for me.
No,
not for me.
No.
Absolutely not.
You're incidental to the whole thing, kind of.
I'm completely irrelevant to that choice. I don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, you're just doing your job.
No, I don't. I never got involved in any of that. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you really. Now, when people, they would ask you questions.
Sure.
But, you would always, as me in the generation of nurses that I came out of, I would always reflect it back to the person who was asking me, I can't, this is your decision.
Yeah.
And it's a hard decision.
Oh, no doubt.
No doubt. But yeah, no, they had complete and total peace about it, and it was the first time that I had encountered that. I took it as the lesson that it taught me and the dynamics about people that it taught me, and
I suppose it also served as an example of what it does look like when someone has peace.
When someone has peace
versus not having peace.
Right.
Which, that's fine. That's all well and good. You can't play Mr. Reanimator all the time.
No, you can't. I've seen death arrive on someone, and they're not ready.
Nope.
They're not. I don't know. I don't know what constitutes, and I'm not going to interject my own personal belief system into this statement when I say that I don't know what motivates someone in the time when death arrives, because that would be, I have a huge ego, but man, you would have to be egotistical on a scale that I can't even imagine, where you would try to impose on another person exactly what they would be feeling in the grips of death. I have no idea.
That's kind of addictive.
I have no idea. However, I have seen people at the end of their life on two extremes, the peace and the not peace, and I can tell you that the not peace is very disturbing.
Well, clearly,
just based on comparing it to the people that have peace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I honestly and truly, I'm not saying one way or the other is the way.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, for me personally, from my observation, I would rather have peace instead of unfinished business.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe people should live every day in the right way. And the right way, what I mean is, and I can tell you from personal experience, losing my father, the last conversation we had was an argument. 2 hours later, he was dead.
Yeah, and that sucks.
Tell everybody in your life that you love them.
Mm-hmm.
And tell people you don't know that you love them. I mean, it's...
and you have to live.
And live. Go live.
Go live.
Go live.
Like, here's the thing. Now this might be a weird left turn, but what we were talking about by live, I need you listeners to go look up the music video for Pearl Jam's Do the Evolution. Watch that. Do the exact opposite of what you just saw. That isn't life. Go outside. Go do things. Go talk to people.
Yeah.
Or just don't spend your life in one spot. Or,
right.
Make everything count.
One thing I do know that...
Don't blow shit up.
Yeah, don't blow shit up. Yeah, don't blow shit up, man. What's up with that?
I don't know.
Freaking storm buildings and plant bombs. And...
Ugh. I don't know.
If you are engaged in any activity that could harm an innocent, you need to quit it right now.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care who you are, what you've been told you are, what you've been told you're not.
Yeah. Don't shed innocent blood.
Don't shed innocent blood, people, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Anyway. We're going to find something funny to talk about.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the, All right. Okay. It's time.
Dragons.
No. We already talked about that. That
Okay.
subject over. Listeners, it is time once again to play Wheel of Death.
Ding.
It is the game show. It is the game show we play where at some point, either during our real life conversations or on the podcast, we write down subjects on a piece of it's supposed to be a piece of paper, but I just have a Post-it note.
Huh?
And we talk about the subject to death. That's why it's called the Wheel of Death.
Ye old dead horse whipping.
Yes. All right, let's see. Some of the previous topics. Proving dragons were real. That was a couple podcasts ago. I thought I did a pretty good job.
You better listen to it.
Yeah, better listen to it. I thought I did a pretty good job extrapolating my thesis statement one day.
Absolutely.
Let's see. We had Train to Busan. We had Hannibal, which, Jesus, no. No.
There's going to be a crime taking place.
No. Stop it. All right. Those were up for grabs. All right.
Numbers out of a hat again?
I ain't got the hat, so I'm just going to have to pick something up. Let's see. I have not started back on the X-Files yet.
No, I need to watch some X-Files.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Jesus Christ.
I know it. Okay, all right.
Just fuck.
Now that I have a purpose,
barrel through it.
It's hard for me to do stuff unless there's
a reason?
A motive.
Yeah.
Active and obvious motive. I'm not. Well, to be quite honest, I don't know whether that's a positive trait or a not positive trait. But it's there. Once again, we talk about you have to understand things that are going on.
Yeah.
You have to understand what motivates you and what does not. So I need to watch some
it's on Hulu. Like all of the seasons are right now on Hulu of the X-Files. I'm still stuck at the movie because, I got distracted, but I'm gonna watch it at some point.
I need to watch that first season again.
Yeah, you do.
Really
it's pretty good first season.
Yeah.
I personally feel like they killed off Toombs a little early, but whatever. We'll figure that out later. You want to talk about Star Trek?
Well,
not right now.
I don't know if there's ever a bad time to not talk about Star Trek.
Well, I'm just saying in terms of the Wheel of Death, we have one shot. Well, not really one shot.
Sure.
Just I don't know.
I watched a one of the more interesting episodes earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was last night.
Yeah.
It was the episode where they go onto the planet that has the flower spores that makes Spock hang from a tree. I watched that one last night.
I've seen all 3 seasons of the old school Star Trek. Haven't seen all of the old movies. Haven't seen Next Generation yet. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna watch Deep Space Nine or Voyager. But
those aren't bad.
No, I know they're not bad. I'm just not sure if I'm going to. I'll definitely tell you the Star Trek episodes, or not episodes, TV shows and or media. I'm definitely not going to watch. Yeah. I am not going to watch Star Trek Picard. I am not going to watch Star Trek Discovery. I am not going to watch Star Trek Below the Decks. Those TV shows can burn in the deepest pits of hell. Because here's the thing.
They're definitely playing around with the canon.
They are, speaking of canon, I got Doctor Who on this list, but I don't want to get into that, because I'm just going to start shouting. I mean, later, but right now, no.
Sure.
Here's the thing. Okay, look. Some people may not care for the old school Star Trek. That's fine.
Ooh.
I don't know. You may not care.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know. You may not care for the campiness of the Kirk era.
I better shut up.
Yeah, but let's see. But here's the thing: the original when Gene Roddenberry was still alive, the original universe of Star Trek. It basically, from my understanding, it centered around, granted, a very idealistic future for humanity.
Right.
Where we as a species collectively put aside our differences, focused on science, medicine, literature, art, expanded ourselves, met with other alien races like the Vulcans, that's where Spock comes from. And, obviously, just... it's the opening crawl of Kirk, wait a minute, was it Kirk or Picard? Basically, it's like a message of peace.
Well, I mean, there's no...
they're not trying to go out and start fights with alien species. They want to interact, trade, engage, potentially incorporate them into the Federation.
What a lot of people don't understand is... based on the vision that Star Trek put out there.
Yes.
And this is very simple.
Mm-hmm.
This will explain the entire dynamic to anybody on the inside or the outside.
Yeah.
And that is simply this. Exploration takes cash.
Yes.
Okay. And it is easy to write, and I love Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Everything part of Roddenberry's original vision. I know that all these people today are...
Just leave it be. We'll get to that.
Get on my nerves.
Anybody
that votes for this person can't be a particular fan because of blah, blah, blah. You need to...
Shut up, Jeff.
You need to stick your head into the toilet and keep flushing until you forget your name.
Exploration takes cash.
Exploration takes cash.
What the hell are you talking about?
Our history...
Yeah?
All the way back... Okay, all as far as you can go, our history as a species, those types of exploration activities were funded by someone looking to make some money.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not saying that's a terrible thing. What I am saying is that's the dynamic that powered those types of situations.
I get it.
Christopher Columbus, yes, he was for exploration, but if you don't, there's no one that can make me believe that anybody that had the money to fund what was it? The Queen of Spain?
I think it was Spain.
It was Spain?
Yeah, I think Christopher Columbus, when he was originally trying to find a faster route to
Isabella.
India. Yeah, he was trying to find a faster route to India so that they could trade spices quicker. That is
the story that we have been taught.
Are you going to get into the conspiracy theories?
Well, not necessarily, but what I am going to say is simply this. Mm-hmm. He was a seasoned sea captain.
Yeah.
All right. He didn't know where he was, mm-hmm. but he knew where he wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay. He went to find and it's my understanding that Columbus had already been to the part of the world he was seeking.
Uh-huh.
And these navigators at the time navigated by the stars.
Yeah.
So when he arrived in what his history books call, quote unquote, the New World.
Yeah.
He may not have known where he was, but he knew where he was not. And he was not.
I see.
He absolutely, positively was not, based on star charts, mm-hmm. where he intended to be.
I see what you mean.
All right.
Okay.
But
wait, how does this relate to Star Trek?
There was no motive in the exploration that Christopher Columbus is credited with obtaining.
Mm-hmm.
There was no motive by the Spanish crown to do it just for, hey,
let's go do a thing.
Let's go do a thing. You know, I got some extra cash over here. Let's get you a couple of boats, man.
Yeah.
You know, let's just do a couple of things. No, there was some type of profit-driven motive. And people will say that's a terrible thing, man. The thing about it is it's what powers that. Look at Elon Musk. You think he is creating the ability to colonize the moon and Mars just because he thinks it's a cool idea? Okay. I mean, he is now what? Didn't he just pass Bezos?
Something like
that. He just passed what is he, like the richest man in the world now? What does he produce? I mean, at least Bezos has Jeff Bezos' Amazon.com basically is the Walmart, the non-brick and mortar Walmart of the internet. That's it.
Yeah.
So you understand where his wealth is coming from.
Yeah.
But Elon Musk is an idea man.
Yeah.
Exactly what is he doing to generate enough income where he would be the world's richest man? You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I know what you're saying, but I do have a question.
Sure.
Is there a rest stop between now and the point? What the fuck does this have to do with Star Trek?
All right. Star Trek's exploration is strictly for exploration purposes.
Yes.
It doesn't overtly project the possibility of, hey, we found a new planet that has dilithium crystals. We could
make money from that.
We could make money from that.
That is a part of it, I do know. But here's the thing. Think about it. That aspect that it's not capitalist driven, it's not war driven, it's not
really.
Land driven.
Not really.
That adds to the optimistic and altruistic vision of the future that Gene Roddenberry was trying to project. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He was basically trying to make a very, to my understanding now, I don't want to...
When we would get to a point to do these things because they needed to be done and not necessarily because there was a profit involved.
Exactly. That is the idealistic future.
Someone has to fund this. There has to be whoever pays for the expenses for that exploration.
No, there has been. You definitely need to start watching the old series because there have been times when Oh, I know.
Yeah.
The episode, the alternate universe episode, where instead of the Federation, it's the Empire.
Right.
In the beginning, when it's still the original universe, Captain Kirk is trying to negotiate with the leaders of this particular planet to I think they were basically they're trying to set some kind of deal up to where the Federation can use their dilithium crystals and they would protect the planet.
Oh, yeah.
But then they go to the alternate universe where it's the Empire instead of the Federation, and the Empire is saying, give us your shit or we'll kill all of you.
Right.
So, to a degree, Kirk and the team, they do some negotiations for dilithium crystals and resources for the Federation, but it's not the primary, mission.
Right.
Although, to be fair, I think the part of the primary mission is just to keep planets out of the Klingon Empire, but that's something else. Basically, the fact that there is no concrete plan for this explanation is, in my opinion, is what drives that whole idealistic vision of the future.
Huh.
Because, I mean, think about it.
They snuck that in there. That's a very good point.
Exactly. Now, granted, you are correct. Who is funding all of this? Who benefits from this? But that's the thing. In this world, it doesn't matter. Well, it matters a lot less than it does in our world.
Yeah.
And that's why I hate the new series so goddamn much.
The new series I hear sounds just like a freaking soap opera mess.
It is some.
Don't you watch it? No, I don't watch it.
No, shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, it's just the three shows I listed off. They are just dog shit.
Really?
On the back of my heel.
They sure have taken a bunch of heat, is all I can tell you.
Oh, Jesus. Well, here's the thing. Now, granted, you may not agree with the idealistic vision of the original Gene Roddenberry Star Trek. That's cool. Here's the thing. There's a reason why the fan base is so just freaking rabid over it. Is it introduces, philosophy, which, yes, I know is kind of
clowns need to move out of your mom's basement.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a freaking TV show.
Exactly.
It's just
But here's the thing. When the original Star Trek first came out, it was probably one of the few shows that actually attempted to do that. It wasn't something that was based off of a Western, which is shoot first, shoot some more, ask questions later.
I don't know about that. I'd be careful about that.
No, I know.
Star Trek is a big Western.
No. I just don't mean it's a 100% Western.
No, it's not that.
There's, as far as I know, now mind you, I'm not a huge Western fan. Well, kind of, sort of, but not really. Do you know of any Westerns where in the middle of the story, the main character, be it John Wayne or Clint Eastwood or whoever, they just kind of sit back against the tree and just go, what is life? Why are we here? Just to suffer? Just have this philosophical soliloquy about some shit.
People didn't watch Westerns for that type of...
Well, that's what I mean.
For that type of element.
I'm just saying, it's one of the first early shows where they tried to show their characters as more than just grunts with a gun.
Right.
So,
right.
I get it, adding philosophy to it, but then again, philosophy is just a huge, and I've studied philosophy. Ultimately, it's just a huge swirling storm that kind of comes down to asking questions, to answer the questions, to answer those questions, and it just comes back down to a huge circle jerk, you know what I mean?
It can, yes.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks. It's like the answer to the question is another question.
Another thing you have to understand about Star Trek is that what Gene Roddenberry created in the original series was completely diametrically opposed to the established television story. Exactly.
It was revolutionary.
It was revolutionary, but I think people put too much of a positive spin on what, and I don't mean necessarily that you need to take what Gene Roddenberry was saying. What I'm saying is, if he is going to write something, that is unique to the culture of the time,
yes,
what else is he going to do?
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I'm not taking away from what he did, but what I am saying is that if the culture at the time had not been so specific about the content or the type of stories that were coming out around that time, he would never have had the opportunity to write what he wrote and create what he did.
I get it.
So I'm not taking anything away from him. I just want people to understand that
you need to take a chill pill.
You need to take a chill pill.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe it. Drives me bananas when I see these. I can't. And for the life of me, I mean, it's just a TV show.
Yeah.
Folks, and I'm one of the very early fans. But it's just a TV show.
Yes.
All right.
No, we get it, basically. But here's the thing. I would much rather take this melodramatic, cheesy, philosophically encrusted, altruistic vision that is never going to happen anytime soon at minimum.
No.
Over whatever the actual hell they're doing now. Seriously, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Bad.
Oh, Jesus. Here's the thing. The J.J. Abrams Star Trek trilogy, I thought it was okay.
It was.
Story-wise, the story-wise, it was piss weak.
Yeah, the actors that he brought in saved that entire franchise.
Precisely.
Absolutely.
The casting, 95% across the board was amazing.
Was absolutely amazing.
You know, and I know some people with the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies like, oh, pick someone else for Spock. Okay, who else?
Who? I mean, all the agendas that were attached to this
to those
movies and this individual fellow that played Spock,
Zachary Quinto,
and there was a bunch of people that did their best to attach some type of. And I don't know why people do that. It's so stupid.
Yeah, you have to separate the art from the art creator.
Exactly, and
there's a difference between the actor and the character.
That's why, okay, well, in the future, we can't have a Star Trek movie because the person that's going to be playing Spock is not actually a Vulcan, and for us to have
authentic,
a non-dark, non-female, non-North American play Spock, you need a Vulcan. Well, Vulcans don't exist, you
idiot.
You idiot. That's the whole thing that's going on. I mean, it's make-believe, for crying out loud.
It's called acting.
It's called acting, people.
You know, I give Zachary
Quinto.
I give Zachary Quinto a lot. I give him his dues.
He pulled it off.
He had some shoes to fill.
He had some shoes to fill. I mean, Kirk is Kirk.
Yeah,
Spock is it's something completely different.
Yes. Spock is arguably the best part of the original series.
I thought he did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate all the non-movie, you know what I'm saying? All the people that are attaching agendas to his.
Yeah, I get that.
Ooh, he likes pineapple for breakfast. Ooh, he must love Hawaiian people. This ridiculous tag-ons and sycophantics that are trying to attach their agenda. They do it with Sulu too. Trying to attach their agenda to somebody.
Dumb shit.
Somebody's just trying to live their life and make decisions, and I don't know.
Dude, just let it go.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Crying out loud.
Let's see. In terms of acting, I thought the guy they did, the guy that got for Kirk, Chris Pine.
Chris Pine.
He was fine.
Yeah, I thought he did fine.
He did fine.
Absolutely.
Arguably, he kind of acted. I don't want to say this too badly, but here's the thing. I know Kirk is kind of the original Kirk is kind of a raging jackass to an extent. But William Shatner at least had the ability to be stoic enough to appear to know what he was doing.
Yeah, if it wasn't for William Shatner, you wouldn't even know the series ever existed.
No, I get that. But here's the thing. William Shatner at least had the appearance of stoicism to where when he would make some kind of reckless move, he would look like he knew what he was doing. Some people call it wooden, and to an extent it is, but hey, it works, okay?
It worked.
Chris Pine!
I defy anybody to watch the original series and understand that each episode you're watching is an hour.
Yeah.
And watch the entire episode. I mean, it is so well done.
It's so good. And Chris Pine, I thought he did a good job, but
yeah,
he just has this constant look, and he has this constant vibe of flying by the seat of his pants.
Right.
And you kind of wonder, like, why the fuck are you even in this position in the first place?
Well, you got to be careful, because if you do that too many times, you make the character unbelievable.
Exactly. And at some point, I'm just like, dude, you are just some asshat. You should be shipped back to Iowa.
I don't know how I got in here. The door was locked, and I just leaned on it a certain way, and it just opened right up.
Yeah.
What is that?
Being unbelievable.
Machina.
Oh, Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina.
You
can't have Deus Ex Machina.
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
A little bit of the time. Little bit of the time.
Dude, it cracks me up, because that's when you get into the campiness, all right?
Yeah.
It's like the Batman television series.
Oh, God.
Ex Machina Doc.
Well, that show was made
It
for
was
Deus
made.
Ex Machina.
Absolutely, it was.
I'm writing that down. Where's my pen? Batman 60s TV show. This pen doesn't work. Nope, it does. 60s Batman show. We're going to talk about that at some point.
I love Batman.
I know you do. But,
anyway.
the lady that back to the James J. Abrams movies. Uhura was fine. Sully was fine.
Absolutely. The guy that played Scotty.
He was perfect.
He was perfect.
Because he was actually Scottish. He just spoke in his normal accent.
Like,
hey. Simon Pegg. Chekhov was good. He died, unfortunately.
I don't know what's up with that. But
yeah, that was bad. I feel bad for him. They got Leonard Nimoy back for like 2 movies, and then he died.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And then Keith Urban.
Oh.
Keith Urban.
Bones.
What kind of world do we live in when someone like Keith Urban exists? No, Keith Urban is
He was probably the most perfect one of all.
You know, if Keith Urban was evil, we would all be in trouble.
Oh, I believe it. I buy that. No. Carl Urban.
Is it? Oh, yeah, Carl Urban.
Yeah, Carl Urban.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, if Carl Urban was an evil mastermind, then we're all going to die.
Personally, I hope he's just like, cross-eyed, drooling, clueless when he's not in front of a camera.
Because holy shit.
It's like, dude, you do fantastic work and you scare the hell out of me.
Yeah, between Bones, Judge Dredd, and Billy Butcher from The Boys. It's like, Jesus Christ.
He does such good work.
Oh, he's so good. Man.
So good.
He's just fantastic.
He was great with facial hair.
Uh-huh.
Woo!
Take it easy over there. All right, the primary people that, the primary people I didn't really kind of catch on in terms of their acting.
Yeah.
Now, this is kind of nitpicky. It's in the Star Trek Into Darkness movie, because, the guy that played Pike, he was fine, but even though Pike was really kind of a non-existent character.
Not really.
I mean, he had, like, a backstory. They had, like, a 2-part episode in the old series, but that's about it.
That was the original pilot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they took the original pilot and made a story out of it.
An
episode out of it.
Hey,
that was very well done.
That actually makes that actually makes a lot of sense why Spock looks that different.
Yes.
Hey, look, they salvaged it.
They did.
That's fair. That's fine.
That's talent right there.
Yeah, I can live with that.
You take a train. Well, I don't know if the original, because I remember seeing the original pilot as the pilot. As the pilot, I saw the pilot as its own episode.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then they made a different episode out of it.
Hey, that's good. Let's see. The guy that played Pike in the movies, the J.J. Abrams movies, just reminded the listeners.
Yeah.
He did fine. The lady that she's not. Christ. The lady in it's not Chapel. In the Star Trek
Nurse Chapel. No,
not Chapel. I don't think they bring Chapel in.
Yeah.
The blonde chick in Star Trek Into Darkness, like that weapons expert that just kind of stows aboard.
Eve. Alice Eve. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like,
we can talk about her.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like. Who the hell is she? And why did you have her take her clothes off?
Well, the second question I understand completely.
Shut your mouth. This is not a paywall podcast. You shut the hell up.
It's like, oh man, I don't need this right now. You know, I'm trying to concentrate on the story.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a Trek fan, okay? I want to see what's going on with Trek, and it's like, man, I don't. Honestly and truly, I am. Holy cow.
I get it.
But that completely detracted from the movie.
Yeah,
it really did.
Necessary.
I was like, oh, I'm a Trek guy. Holy cow, what is that?
Yeah.
No.
It kind of derailed the movie.
It did. I can speak for the rest of the nerds out there, but I'm telling you right now.
I didn't much care for that. Not because I didn't care for it. Not because
I say it was gratuitous.
Oh, it was gratuitous.
Because I really enjoyed it, but
I would argue it was gratuitous.
It was gratuitous.
Here's the thing.
Turn around. Like, that's crazy.
Go change somewhere else, you idiot. What did you think was going to happen? That's Kirk. The only thing he doesn't try to screw is the robots.
Yeah, really. And light bulbs.
That's debatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care for that particular scene, not because, the down with
I understand why they put it in there.
I'm just like, can you not?
I understand why they put it in there.
I'm just like, can you not? This is filler.
Yeah, it's definitely filler.
I didn't care for her personally, just as an actress. I think she's supposed to be the scientist in the Okay, this is going to be reaching, but I think I remember reading this. Okay, in the original Star Trek movies, when it's still with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember, Wrath of Khan?
Yes.
When they're working on the Genesis project.
Wait a minute.
The female scientist headed that project.
Yeah.
Her and Kirk had a relationship, and then they had a son.
They had a son.
I think in the J.J. Abrams universe, that is who that blonde woman is supposed to be in Into Darkness. That is supposed to be the lady that has Kirk's son.
Okay.
Which is why I think she was put in there. I don't know if that's correct. Someone's probably eventually the Star Trek people will correct me. It is inevitable. But,
it is inevitable.
I just didn't care for her personally, just as an acting standpoint. The other person that I think that okay, now I know why he was casted for this role, but he was not the best option. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, he really.
Look, I get why he was casted.
And I think he's great.
Oh, he's a fantastic actor.
I love his work.
Oh, he's fantastic. No, I'm not taking anything away from him. He did a fine job. He just was miscast.
There just wasn't any. Well, the character itself, what they didn't understand about.
The outcries of whitewashing was
what they didn't understand about the original Khan, Ricardo Montalban, for the original series, is that he was different enough to see some kind of separation.
Yeah.
But in the movie with Richard Cumberbatch, there was not enough contrast. His physical appearance.
Well, to be fair, just on his own, Cumberbatch looks pretty alien.
I mean, yeah.
Just the high
what I'm saying is
there
was not enough contrast between, because he looked like some dude that they just picked up off some sidewalk.
Yeah.
You know. Yes, that type of thing matters.
Yes.
It does.
In a movie it does.
In a movie it does. Mm-hmm. Well, he did a great job. He did do a great job. But he looked just like
everybody else. Yeah,
and I didn't find that a positive dynamic.
No, I didn't either, because I believe in the episode, I think it was Super Seed or Martian Seed. It was something like that, where they actually find Botany Bay in the original show, when they get Khan out of his casket, he's like half a foot taller, and he obviously looks way muscular than the rest of the crew. Like, you could see on him that he was physically different.
Right.
And there was going to be some problems. But Cumberbatch, yes, on his own, he looked like an alien, you know, with the high cheekbones and his separation of eyes. And yes, this was kind of in the middle of Cumberbatch mania with BBC Sherlock.
It was definitely in the middle of Cumberbatch mania.
Definitely.
And justifiably so. I mean, he does good work. I give the guy credit.
Yeah, he's good as Doctor Strange. I mean,
his pedigree is...
Oh, it's fantastic.
His mom was in space 1999.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, he just was miscast, but through no fault of his own, in my opinion.
No,
I think personally he just fits more as Doctor Strange than
I thought.
Khan.
Oh, absolutely. But well, if they would have, it's like you know, there were various scenes in that movie where. Mm-hmm. There was like a rush of a crowd. There was like an event that broke loose. People. Yeah. He could have ran right in the middle of them, and you wouldn't.
You wouldn't find him.
You wouldn't find him.
Exactly.
You wouldn't find him. So there was. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. People, what do you think? He should have a big red hat with a light glowing on it? No,
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Cast someone else. Cast someone else.
He wasn't different enough for me to go, ooh, this guy is a threat.
Yeah. He just looked like, you know, when he goes, my name is Khan. I'm like, your name is James. Shut your ass up.
I mean, he did a wonderful, he made a wonderful attempt to disassociate himself from the common character in his acting ability. But physically, he didn't have it. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, they should have gave him a bigger wig or something.
They should have slapped some kind of muscle suit on him.
Something.
Because he's already tall. You just gotta like make him look like he's got some extra.
I mean, that was
muscle.
the whole thing that kind of in the Wrath of Khan, in the Star Trek movie Wrath of Khan. It was his. You know, he was basically, even though intellectually he was far ahead of everybody else, physically he was more primitive.
Yeah.
That makes sense. There was a
raw primal.
Exactly. There was a raw and primal element to
his hair was wild.
You know,
he had torn sleeves.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
there wasn't anything about him that made me go, ooh,
that's different.
That guy might be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, you knew he was a problem, but you didn't know.
Well, I'm not the one that creates those type of stereotypes in people's minds that makes them, you know, people coming to me all the time. Hey, man, you got a cigarette? No, I don't smoke. Well, you look like you smoke. Well, what exactly does a person that looks? I mean, if I'm not holding a lit cigarette, what exactly about me constitutes? Hey, you look like you smoke.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's an image there that you. You know, it's not my fault that the President of the United States has to wear a coat and tie when he gets up in front of people to make a speech. So there was a visual element to Cumberbatch's character that was missing. That kind of.
I think that there was some sort of a side comic released alongside the Star Trek Into Darkness movie that explained that it explained when RoboCop initially found
RoboCop.
Yeah, that's him. Peter Wells.
Yeah, Peter Wells.
That's him.
Oh, yeah.
When
Peter Wells.
Yeah, when RoboCop initially found Khan, he originally looked like he was from India, or Spaniard, swarthy skin, black hair. Yeah. But then he, for some reason, had him, like, digitally cosmetic plastic surgerified into looking like some white guy. And I'm like...
Well...
So did Khan originally speak with a British accent? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You change his face, but his voice clearly must not have, or something.
Oi!
Jeez.
Yeah.
And that's the one complaint I have about that side comic.
Something tells me, by the way, the flow of the movie, that something big changed in the middle of it.
I think so. Yes.
Somebody saw whatever representation and they went, oh, because there is a high possibility that his original representation of the character was exactly what we were talking about. And someone went, oh, no, let's not do that. But it ruined it. It just ruined it.
Exactly. It's kind of like in Star Wars: The Force Awakens, the first of the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Originally, the black kid Finn.
Yeah.
He was originally supposed to be a double agent all the way through. Right. But then they changed it, and I'm like, why?
That destroyed that entire...
He was a walking plot hole because they did that.
That entire... And it sounds extremely strange to have 3 multi-million-dollar movies, efforts, works, completely destroyed on someone changing the arc of one character.
Yeah.
Just one character because of what's going on today.
Exactly.
And if he would have been the original double agent.
Sure.
And then
it would have been cool.
And then by the 3rd episode found redemption. Yeah, everybody would have enjoyed that character so much more.
Yeah, that's how redemption arcs
That's how Darth Vader endeared himself to the fans.
Yes.
He went his entire arc, and prior to his death, he recanted his activity and said, "Hey, I made a mistake, and I love you," and blah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, son.
I mean, that one arc destroyed that entire franchise.
The simple act of apologizing is what endeared Darth Vader.
But you have to allow. I mean, that was the whole thing. They didn't want any hate. I mean, look what they did. They could have.
Yeah, you have a dead franchise.
Yeah,
because
you have a completely dead franchise. I've never heard of anything like this.
You poured approximately $2 billion into 3 movies, and you have a dead franchise that can't even sell the toys anymore.
Can't even. They know.
When was the last time you heard of Star Wars not selling toys?
Never.
Exactly. What the fuck happened?
Dude, I can tell you back in the day in '77 when Star Wars came out, and then the toys hit.
It was probably a free-for-all.
You talk about understanding a separation between kids that had not, buddy. Man, to sit around and to be... I was in middle school when this took place. So I'm right in that... I'm in the pocket of that target audience for those types of things. And that type of toy and merchandising had never existed prior to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, so my generation, me personally, I was involved in it from its inception. It did not exist prior to me, and it was created while I was in middle school. And the economic distance between the kids that had the ability to get Star Wars toys and did not get Star Wars toys was huge. It was absolutely huge.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Oh man, it was crazy.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What I mean by a walking plot, Finn being a walking plot hole is, here's the thing. The beginning of, now obviously he's not the primary issue, but he is a primary issue.
Yes. Well, I think, honestly and truly,
the only primary issue,
I think if they would have left him the way he was, they could have made him the primary issue of all 3 sequels.
Yes.
And it would have worked out.
Yes. And it would have worked out.
Because he would have been
that linchpin.
He would have been that Vader character that born good, went bad, and then came back.
Yeah.
And there was redemption.
Yes.
Because, and here's the whole thing, and I don't know why it was a big deal, because he technically was forced to be bad. It's not like he made the choice on his own.
Yeah, because that's basically what Finn is he basically explains in The Force Awakens how the remnants of the Empire, I don't remember what the faction is called, but whatever, the new Empire, they basically, because they don't have access to cloning,
right.
they would basically ravage worlds and steal their children while they were babies.
That's status quo.
Yeah.
You invade somebody and take their children. I mean, that's...
And you raise them as your soldiers.
Since before recorded time, that's the way it's been.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So basically, this stormtrooper new Empire way of doing things, raiding, pillaging, taking orders, executing people, that's all he knows.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, even though this is the only thing he understands, it's the language he speaks.
Right.
He just wakes up and realizes, oh God, what have I done? What is happening? He just wakes up.
He just
because
realizes...
the Force did it. Like, the Force doesn't work that way. Han Solo said it. The Force doesn't work like that.
Well, I just think they destroyed the entire franchise. Because they made one woke decision.
No. They made one woke decision, a bunch of other stupid woke decisions as well.
Well, it completely fried the storyline.
Well, he wasn't the only problem.
He wasn't, but here's the thing. What happened is when they changed his dynamic,
they had to change everything else around him.
They had to change everything else around it.
He could have been like the undercover Darth Vader that we always wanted,
He could have
been
the poster child for that entire franchise.
Yeah.
Which would have accomplished the woke motives.
Yeah. And it would have shown, like, hey, look at this!
And it would have worked.
But no. Short term, not long term.
So did they, once again, you have to go back to what was the motivation behind the decision. Did they make that choice? For what we were told originally, they made that choice based on a more sympathetic position to him and the type of characterization that he portrayed? Mm-hmm. Or did they do it to de-emphasize him?
Oh, God, I don't want to get into that.
And emphasize another.
I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, I don't either.
But the other problems with the Star Wars sequels is, let's see, you got Finn, who obviously is a walking plot hole.
Definitely.
You have Rey, who
may have been the focus of that entire franchise from the beginning.
Sure, I have no problem with
that. But his character, if left on that arc, the original arc.
No. I mean the girl.
Right. No, I know, Rey. But I'm saying that.
Look, I don't care the fact that Rey is the focus of the
franchise.
I don't
care.
But here's the thing: I don't want to say Mary Sue, but she's pretty damn close.
Yeah, I got you.
Basically, to define a Mary Sue in terms of fiction writing, a Mary Sue is basically a character that essentially can walk unopposed. It basically just walks unopposed. You give a Mary Sue, you give a Mary Sue a basketball. They've never played basketball before, and they just get it into the hoop every single shot.
Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Right.
You have a villain,
or
you have a complex problem
in
front of a Mary Sue. They solve it almost immediately.
There's no tension at all.
There's no tension.
No tension at all. There's no chance for them to fail.
Yes. That's
if
the
they
problem.
fail, it's because they're not there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because they're absent from the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that Rey was a Mary Sue, but just the fact that she has no opportunity to fail is what destroyed her character.
That's true.
And then you got Kylo Ren, who is a piece of shit, and the people who thirst for him need to shut the hell up and go listen to Fall Out Boy, because that's clearly what you need.
If you look at the transition from, if you look at the first 3 Star Wars movies, there was clearly a failure by the forces of good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Clearly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have to have that. You can't, it isn't a matter of making everybody happy. That is the way the story should go, because that's the way life is.
Yeah.
Okay. So they had the good guys win in the New Hope. And The Empire Strikes Back,
they lost.
They lost.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody was so motivated to see
Return of the
Jedi.
Yes.
Because they're like, oh, hey, we got to win.
Yeah. There's back and forth.
There's back and forth.
Yeah.
But now what's happened today is, and I think it's because of the current political and cultural and social environment.
We can't lose.
You can't lose.
Which sucks.
We have to give you good news all the time.
Yeah, which...
It's like these people that talk about how some of these comedy show people should run for president. Oh, he gives the good news. I like him.
No, you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, that's not life.
That's not life.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, and Kylo Ren, who, here's the thing, I don't know what they were trying to do with him, honestly and truly.
Yeah.
But think about this.
Me.
You, who was there when the original Star Wars came out.
Yes.
And you saw the prequels, and then you get to the sequels. You went from someone in middle school, and you became older,
right.
and you went out in the world, 20 years of VR experience, had a family, traveled. So by the time you get to the sequels, you're how you are now.
Right.
You don't see Kylo Ren as an intimidating villain.
No.
You see him as a spoiled child.
I see him
throwing a tantrum.
I see him as someone that I would put over my knee and blister that ass.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't find
that's not intimidating.
It's not intimidating to me. Intimidating to me makes me want to run.
Yeah.
You intimidate me, I want to run. If you don't intimidate me, I want to beat your ass. And I'm just thinking about how I can do it based on the situation.
That's exactly the impression. Yeah. That's exactly how Kylo Ren comes off.
Boy, don't make me take my belt off.
Yeah, you're not intimidated by him.
No.
You just want to beat some sense into him.
I want to beat him till he stops annoying me. That's what I want.
Exactly. So basically, the primary characters of the sequel trilogy are just, I don't want to say all of them are trash, but Finn, the character of Finn was trash.
I mean, you can't.
But
I mean, obviously, there's a percentage of the population that is more relatable to somebody throwing a fit like Kylo Ren. But that's not
like a young parent.
That's not why you watch movies.
No.
You watch movies to watch those archetypes give you something to aim for, something to plan for, something to shoot for. I want to be escape from reality.
Yeah.
If I am living in reality and you are giving me more reality,
then you're not going to watch.
That's not why I'm watching this movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing that kills.
I don't understand. If I want to watch a documentary, I'll watch a documentary.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you don't. That's kind of what is helping.
Yeah, you're not helping me escape my reality by showing me
something that you've already seen.
Something I've already seen or something I can relate with.
Yeah.
I want to see. Right, I want to see a hero.
Yeah.
I'll go to the movies and watch some schlub.
Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes that can work, but in this case,
sometimes yes, sometimes it does work.
Sometimes not,
but not in these. And especially when you're trying to. Kylo Ren, he's basically the updated version of Han Solo.
Well, he is Han Solo's kid.
He is Han Solo's kid, so that's the expectation that everybody has going into the movie. And he was so far from Han Solo, it actually made you question the character of Han Solo.
Yeah.
It made you go, you go
and then he fucking died.
And then he dies.
I know swearing's not the best, but...
but that's part of his character arc, too, is his kid, right? I'd be willing to die after that as well.
Yeah, maybe
I'm so bad of a person that I would actually raise my own child that would have the ability to kill me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at that point, that actually might be why Han Solo lets him, impale him with that lightsaber, because he's like, you know what? I can't fix this. I'm out. I'm out.
Exit stage left.
Yep. Poor Harrison Ford.
He has great hair, though.
Oh, yeah. Still has great hair. But, yeah, I know. And what's interesting, what I'm actually kind of waiting to see, I'm waiting to see some kind of development take place. Because here's the thing. As I said previously, they poured probably close to $2 billion into this Star Wars franchise, and it's now dead.
That's what I hear.
Dead in the water.
It's dead.
And then all of a sudden you have The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Which,
without going into details, kicked ass!
It does kick ass, and it's a very simple story.
It's very, very simple.
There's nothing complex about it at all.
No. It's just some dude, and he's got a kid, and he's like, I gotta reunite it with its kind.
And somebody who accepts a not a vision, not a quest. Kinda, sorta.
Yeah. Basically.
And adheres to it.
Yeah. He has an ideology.
Right.
He has
him and his race are wired a certain way that says that he has to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's bound by a code.
He's bound by his own race.
I don't think no. It's Mandalorians. At one point, they probably were an actual race, but in season 1, he explains that Mandalorians, it's not really a race; it's a creed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there is an established.
It is established, yes.
That he whatever he is participating in is not just some whimsical thing.
It's concrete.
It's his concrete. It's his code. It's how he operates.
This is the way.
This is the way. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's fair.
All right. Season 2, it started off a little slow, but then it kicked right back up.
You know, that might be why there's such a draw to it.
How so?
Because he has this realm of moral relativism. There is
subversions.
And subversions.
Well, subversion for the sake of subversions.
But this particular character is operating by a set of rules that are unbreakable, unbendable, undeniable, however you want to put it.
Or if he does bend or break them, it's a good reason.
Well, exactly. I mean, in other words, he's going to defend this.
He will defend his creed, his philosophy, until he's presented with a reasonable counterpoint.
And I'm sure some type of near-death thing. You would have to almost kill him or kill him.
Yeah.
For that, what he's trying to accomplish, not go through.
Correct.
You know.
Yes.
So.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Mandalorian came right the heck out of nowhere.
That is true.
No one saw it coming. It was a small pet project given to Jon Favreau and Filoni. I forget that guy's name. I'm sorry. But those two guys, those are the masterminds behind.
I know Favreau.
Yeah, Favreau. He's good. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Iron Man, the MCU would not exist.
That is true. Excuse me. That is true.
Suck it, haters.
Suck it, haters.
But,
yeah, suck it, haters.
Yeah. So, when The Mandalorian came out, no one saw that coming.
No, nobody saw it coming.
And then the second season came out, and it went even harder.
Well, it was very well done.
Have you even seen the rest of the second season?
I have not seen the rest.
Oh, you have to see it! Because I have it! Oh, it's... Ah, crap, I can't do it.
Yeah,
we can't do it tonight, but we gotta do it.
Yeah.
We have to watch it.
Right.
Even if it's in this room and not on the big screen, you have to watch it. It's so good.
So good.
But here's the thing. What I'm curious is going to happen
yeah.
is the people... Now, I'm not going to name names, mostly because I don't know their names. I know their faces, but not their names, because I'm not a name person.
Sure.
The people who were in charge of the sequel trilogy...
Yeah.
They clearly had a very particular agenda. Now, whether you agree with the agenda or not is not the point. Either way, it did not make money.
No, it didn't.
That is what we can't agree with.
We are beginning to understand the lowest common denominator here.
Oh, yes, we are. You don't have to go high-end for anything.
Right, exactly.
Hey, lowest common denominator, fine.
We believe in identity economics until it doesn't pay the bills.
Exactly. That's just how Hollywood works.
Just get over it.
Just get over it.
For crying out loud.
But here's the thing. The people who made the sequel trilogy, they clearly they done upped up.
They did.
Hard.
I haven't heard of anything like this before.
Yeah, they shat the bed beyond recognition.
Yeah, really. There's jumping the shark and shatting the bed, and they shat the bed.
To the point where Star Wars is dead. However, The Mandalorian, it is a overwhelming success. Like,
it is.
Just overflowing with amazingness and good writing.
Right.
But it's simple.
It's very simple.
It's very simple. You know, there's some little tweaks here and there, obviously, for flavoring. Looks nice, great acting. Has spawned a catchphrase that will live for decades. This is the way. That is the new do or do not, there is no try. This is the way.
You know, that's interesting because...
that is the new Star Wars quote.
Because
think about it.
You could sum up the entire New Testament Christianity based on this is the way. Jesus says this is the way. Capital W-A-Y. I mean, I know what you're getting at, but this is not the subject for that. No.
But I get it. But here's the thing. Think about it. Think about the... Don't me. Think about the original Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
You could probably name a quote for each of those movies. More than one. Original movies.
I could 20 years ago.
Yeah. And then the prequels. You could probably quote some of the prequels. Mostly some of the dumb stuff.
Sure.
You know?
Gone!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the high ground! But you could quote those movies.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the prequels is some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Because the dialogue is choppy as hell. But you could quote it. The sequels, you can't quote it. Think about it. There's no catchphrase. There's no quote.
You're telling me I can't even fit into my head that I can't even get through the last two movies.
Exactly.
I can't even get through them.
Exactly.
I either I can't handle this, click, or I fall asleep. That is so foreign to me.
As for Star Wars. Exactly. But that's the thing. They're so not memorable. You can't quote them. There's no driving point. There is no do or do not. There is no try. There is no quote like that. But The Mandalorian, they nailed the quote. They nailed the current generation Star Wars quote. This is the way.
Well, I mean, there's a clear
sorry, go ahead.
There's a clear motive.
Yes.
And at the end of each episode, that motive is facilitated or achieved or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's easy to understand what they're trying to accomplish is. Yeah. In the Star Wars movies,
not really.
Not really.
No.
I mean, in the original three episodes when they're talking about, you know, it was always destroy the
Empire.
Destroy the Empire. Destroy the Battlestar or
Death Star.
Destroy
the new Death Star.
Destroy the new Death Star.
Whatever.
And
in the prequels,
not really.
But then again, this is pre-Empire, so
and it's like the first act. Goal. So you know, the first act just sets everything up.
Exactly. That's why I give not a huge pass to the prequels, but enough to where I don't lose my damn mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was a lot of. There was definitely a lot less woke stuff in the prequels.
Well, yeah, because this was in the 90s to early 2000s.
It was prior to that.
It was out of fashion then.
Social trend.
Yeah.
And it's a trend.
Yeah, it's a trend. It's a fad. But here's the thing. I give a pass to the prequels not having a concrete goal because it's the first act.
Right.
You know, they're setting up that middle that we all love.
Right, the middle. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the sequels, when everything is still being put back together, you still have no idea what the hell is going on.
No, you don't have no idea what's going on.
Are we trying to rebuild the Jedi Order? Are we trying to eliminate the new Empire? We have the Sun Crusher for some
I have
reason.
all this pre-existing information and these pre-existing favorites that I want to pull for. And yet you don't give me any of it.
Yeah, and you just kill them off.
Yeah.
Or make them so surly and unresponsive, like they done upped up Luke Skywalker. He's just this grizzled old man who's done everything except develop the alcohol's addiction. But the reason why I'm so excited for what's going to happen with The Mandalorian versus the Star Wars movies is because here's the thing. There has got to be, as we speak, some kind of internal struggle happening at Disney between the people who made the movies and Jon Favreau and Filoni, or however you say his name. I'm sorry, dude. Because the Mandalorian team, they nailed it.
Oh, you got to make money now.
You have to make money now.
You have to make money now. You can get into all that other stuff. It's just like, you know.
What I'm trying to figure out is who's going to come on top. Because the Disney execs, they're probably going to side with the Mandalorian team because they're the ones making money.
Right. Oh, yeah. So whoever's making money, absolutely.
So when they hopefully eventually make a Star Wars sequel reboot, they just hand it off to the guys that made Mandalorian and say, hey, you kids have fun. Go make us money. Chop, chop. And they kick out the previous team. That's what I want.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's just... Oh.
Previous team. You know how bad you have to be
to sink a franchise?
To sink a franchise like that?
Yeah. To sink a franchise. Not put it on stall, not put it on hiatus. Okay. You sent it to the bottom of the... What the heck?
Top 5 movie franchises or top 5 entertainment franchises in the history of the world.
What's that trench in the middle of the ocean that's like the deepest part of Earth?
Mariana?
They sent it to the Mariana Trench.
Is that right?
I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Anyway, you were saying top 5 movie franchises.
Top 5 entertainment franchises.
Yeah.
How bad do you have to screw one up to sink it?
Yeah.
You know?
They did it.
They did it.
I don't know, maybe...
Look at all the people that came out. You know, they did the Halloween remake. Well,
which was good.
Just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
a very successful franchise. Mm-hmm. How bad... And Star Wars just overshadows that franchise in a way that's not even... You shouldn't even talk about it in the same sentence.
Blah.
But how bad does it have to be for you to sink... a franchise like that?
I guess
that's and why people.
Why do you defend it?
It's crazy.
The Star Wars.
There's an element of people out there defending dumb stuff in a way that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Just don't pay them.
It's like sports. I pull for a particular team that has a big fan base in this country, and they're just screwing up. And I try to write something on any of the social media posts.
Yeah.
And people just falling on me. I'm like,
they just don't want to be wrong.
Do you? What are you talking about? I was a fan of this franchise before your parents were born.
Yeah.
You don't get to tell me that I'm not a fan. You're not a believer. Yeah. No, bullshit's bullshit. Okay.
Yeah. No, I get it.
All right. That's just it.
Yeah. No, I get it. People just don't want to be wrong.
I guess.
I don't know. All right, I'm tired. I want to eat something.
Ditto.
All right.
Hey, the sun's still out. Well,
there's fog, but it's not night.
Overcast. We gotta do some funny stuff.
Like what?
I don't know.
Well,
I enjoyed this one. It's very good.
I still have the Wheel of Death. Yeah, we need to do more fun stuff because, sometimes we just get too serious.
We do, but when the fun stuff shows up, man, that's when the...
Yeah. No, the
happy accidents arrive.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it. I don't mind the serious stuff, but sometimes it's like, we've talked about death for the past 3 podcasts. Can we give Grim a break?
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. I'll just, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. No, I really enjoy these
little sessions.
Yeah, because it's I don't know why. I enjoy unplanned stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Yeah, I love stuff like Monetize the Pain, Hannibal Lecter's a Ninja, Suck It Haters. Yeah. They killed all the funny people.
Oh.
Ugh.
Well, most of them.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm hungry. Well, that's it, folks.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I was your host, Bel-E.
And I was your co-host, Scratch.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Bye.